With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I have 5 cats. I've talked about it relatively frequently in some of these streams. And I have 2 black cats. And so black cat lives matter in this particular case. And I find this to be a sad story, actually. So it says, black cats shunned at rescue shelter because they don't look good in selfies. That is sad. That's so superficial. And I know it's just the title of the article, which is meant to invoke emotion, but at the same time, right? So it says black cats are being shunned because they don't look good in selfies, a rescue shelter founder has said. And for the first time in the organization's history, all of its animals are black. So that's not good. That's not good at all. If you're having trouble rescuing or fostering out black cats because they don't look good in selfies, that could be an issue. And I think what they're more or less referring to, and again, I'm speculating before we go deeper into the article, I'm speculating what they're talking about is just taking a general picture of a black cat because there's not a lot of defining features there. It's just one big black ball of fur. But it's all about lighting, man. I mean, look at this cat up here, right? That's the photo here, the cat inside the basket. It's an adorable photo of a black kitten. I would adopt that cat and make it 6. The cat rehoming center is currently looking after 40 of the animals, none of which are ginger, tabby, or tortoiseshell. And I happen to have a ginger, a tabby, and a tortoiseshell myself. Christine Baeka says all cats are black because they're being rejected by prospective owners because darker cats photograph badly and don't look good in selfies. And oh my God, this is going to make me angry. My cat, one of my black cats is my cat Digit, who is very skittish, very much doesn't like anyone else but me. And even then doesn't even like me very much. But her and I have been able to build a relationship over the course of the past 6 years that I've had these cats. These 3 that we fostered, that were kittens that we found outside of a Costco in Burbank, California. And to sit there and be like, discard them because of their color? Man, I am mad at cat owners. And they're usually the more rational ones, albeit lonely and covered in fur. Not always from the cat. The 67-year-old set up cat rehoming center, the Moggery, 21 years ago in Bishop in Bristol, and says the situation is now worse than it's ever been. She says it's worse now because black cats don't show up in selfies, and everyone wants to take selfies with them and put them on Facebook. It's a very narcissistic use of social media. To that, I'd like to point out it is the only use of social media for the most part. So that's something to consider. She says here, it happens all the time. I'll go through all the questions and say, are you flexible about color? And they will say yes, as long as it's not black. So basically, if I'm garnering this correctly, this rehoming center in Bishopston, Bristol, is currently running into a problem from the alt-right. I'm going to say, because they want a kitty ethno state. So that's what it feels like. It feels like they want a cat ethno state. Well, you can't have black cats. They don't look good on selfies. Do you know the best thing about black cats? If you wear dark clothing, the fur does not really show up. It's there, but it barely appears. Whereas if you have an orange tabby, man, that fur will get everywhere. Trust me, my homie Chance, man, it makes everything I have just nothing but covered in orange fur. So she says, I just love this. They'll say, as long as it's not black. Jeez. It's an increasing problem. It wasn't like this 20 years ago. Over 20 years of having difficulty rehoming black cats, it definitely got harder because of selfies. Now, another thing too is, and I've heard about this in different cities, this happened where I used to live in San Diego, black cats were targeted heavily around Halloween. They were captured and they were killed. Some were done for sacrificial purposes. I'm not even making that up. And others were just hunted down and killed because it was the season. So black cats get a very bad rap, and they just want to be loved like everyone else. They just want to cuddle and flop around on you and eat their treats, and you want to scratch behind the ear and everything else. They need love too, man. This annoys me, right? And also, she's taking a selfie horribly wrong in this particular picture. The cat, look, the cat is gorgeous right here. This woman is a horrible selfie taker. You need to just photograph that cat, but on a red background, therefore it accentuates the color. In preparation for kitten season between April and September, the Moggery is encouraging viewers or owners of black cats in Bristol to take them to be neutered in February with charity covering a cost. Okay. So what we've got, just so we're clear, what we've got right now is we have the makings of a white or a tabby, a tortoiseshell, or the other one, cat, ethnostate. So a non-black kitty ethnostate. Okay, so we've already established that that's the thing, and now she's pushing for eugenics of black cats. All right, like there's a serious racial problem, species problem happening in this small town. Now she said, the spokesperson for the RSPCA says, on average, it takes 30 days or more to rehome a black and white cat. This is compared to a ginger cat, which takes an average of 20 days to rehome. Sadly, the RSPCA sees more black and white cats come into its care more than any other color of cat too. All the stories make me want to do is just go and rescue these cats. Like I have a 1.3 acres of property and there are lots of mice. Okay, I could have a whole bunch of outdoor cats and they could completely go genocidal warlord on my backyard. And all things considered, I'd be okay with that. Never mind the fact that I want to plant pot because it's legal in the state. And deer like to come into my yard and eat all my blackberries. So cats would run the deer away, as my cat Chance already does. But no, seriously, this is one of those times where I'm like, I just want to go and like rescue cats. Right? Dr. Jane Tyson, RSPCA scientific officer for the Companion Animals Department, says it's a sad fact that black cats really don't have much luck because we see more of them coming through our doors than any other color of cat, possibly because they are much more common. Oh man, there's so many bad, horrible jokes to be made in this. I think you guys in the chat know that too. Ginger and tabbies have the distinctive markings making them look more attractive to some, but we would urge people to look beyond what animal looks like. So basically beauty is only skin deep or fur deep in this particular case. Their fur color makes no difference to how much love they have to give. That's absolutely true. Black cats won't bring you good luck or bad luck, but they do need forever homes. If you can bring some magic into their lives, they are sure to bring some love into yours. That is a damn right thing. The RSPCA released research in 2014 showing more than 70% of cats in it were black or black and white. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Claire Sparks, the general manager of Gable's Farm Dogs and Cats Home in Plymouth, Devon, said the Instagram culture was to blame. They're blaming... Okay, look, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Social media probably is having some influence on this in some case, right? Probably happening somewhere. But at the same time, what you're looking at here is... a situation where these cats are just being ignored. They're just being, you know, you're talking about like a kitty ethnostate and kitty eugenics. That is just weird. And I think my daughter agrees because she's kind of talking right now. Anyway, when you take a picture of a black cat on your phone or on a cheap camera, they don't look as good and it is harder to see their facial expression. She said that the rescue center was inundated with black cats with no microchips who were brought in as strays and are virtually impossible to reunite with their owners due to a lack of distinctive markings, which is very true. Both of my black cats, I can tell them apart. I could see a photo of them and like maybe if it's like a good enough photo, but if it's like a really crappy blurry photo, it'd be very hard to tell the difference between the two of them or just any other black cat outside of the fact that they both have alopecia in some areas. So that would be an identifying mark that I could see. But then again, you know, my Samsung Galaxy S8 here has got a really solid camera in it and I can take good photos with that, you know, so it's kind of like, I get it. I understand it. I am not happy with this story because I feel like this is, as someone said in the chat, cat identity politics, which should not be a thing. And hopefully these cats will be adopted because I don't live anywhere near the UK to be able to go get them myself. But at the same time, my heart absolutely positively goes out because this kind of story is just really, really, really infuriating because people are jerks when it comes to their animals. And yeah.